Episode 47 of JD's Empire Sports Talk. Today I'm here by myself, just doing a little recap on the Mets, Knicks, and a little bit of Knicks and a little bit of Rangers, just because some news that came out over the past week or so. I know we've had the big two episodes the last couple of weeks with Jake Biggie Mills, so today I felt like it would be nice to just come on and do a little short episode just to, uh, keep the interested fans in terms of Mets, Knicks, and Rangers just to in the loop of what's going on because the Mets are playing terrific baseball, but I think it'll start with the Knicks and the Rangers first, just because there's only little bits and pieces of information. For the Rangers, Chris Kreider has been traded after 13 years with the team, which I don't think it was a shocker. It kind of felt like they wanted or was trending that way. Or just over the season, didn't seem like they wanted to play. I know he had a few healthy scratches, a few other games where he didn't get a lot of playing time. He dropped from the first, second, and then all the way down to the third line in some parts of the year. So I know new coaching staff and all that, but Chris Drury is still there, and it seemed like they thought that there was just a decline in play, which the numbers showed that was the case where they couldn't do it anymore when in terms of like counting on him. So he waived his no trade clause. He's going to Anaheim, who they also sent Jacob Trouba there last year during the year as well, so they'll be reunited. But Kreider, terrific Ranger. I mean, I remember 13 years, so I was 8 years old when he joined the team. He was on that really the youngest player on the team, and they were in the Lundqvist days of making the playoffs pretty much every year. Then, of course, they had that little lull period where they called it a rebuild, but they rebuilt so quickly that it didn't even count as a rebuild. Honestly, he was a part of that. The past few, I think it was 3 or 4 postseasons leading up to this year, where they did not play well at all, and it kind of felt like the time was coming to an end where they had to be ready for that to move on. I think Kreider knew what the situation was, and he didn't want to be in a place where he wasn't wanted. He definitely still has a little bit more left in the tank, but for this team, they want to move forward in a different direction, which, I mean, it is what it is. They trade a lot of guys already off the team that was in the playoffs just 2 years ago, so it seems like they kind of want to rebuild, just refresh the younger guys come in. We're gonna let them play, see what happens, and they trust Coach Sullivan, who has done it before, and I think that they're going to go in the right direction. Just it'll take them a little bit longer, maybe. I would not assume playoffs this year, not really, unless they go out there and make some big moves. But they are clearing up cap space as well, so that could be something where, yeah, we're not going to go totally into winning, but if there's a free agent or two out there that we really want and think it can help us now and the future, which is kind of what they did with JT Miller, it was a now and the future kind of move in terms of last year. Oh, he comes in now, maybe sparks us for a playoff run. If not, he's here for a few more years. I think that could be the move they make in free agency. And another guy I would watch to be traded is Keandre Miller. I could definitely see that happening. And Zibanejad, I don't see as much just because he has there's a lot of parts to that situation. I don't see it happening. But Keandre Miller definitely would watch out for that one. I could see him being the next guy that is moved, and we'll see what happens. But the Rangers, uh, we'll see. It kind of feels like they know what the plan is in place, and we'll go from there. But with the Knicks, the other team that they share MSG with, I'm kind of getting a little annoyed, and I feel like it's embarrassing at this point as to what they're doing in terms of the coaching search. If you're gonna fire someone, I said this already in a video a few weeks ago. Was okay. You fire a coach that made the postseason 4 to 5 years. You have your reasons why it is what it is. A player maybe didn't like him, this and that. Certain things happen behind closed doors that the fan doesn't know about. But you have to have a plan going out of that. I don't feel like there is a plan right now. I know every day you go on social media, you see, oh, this guy got requested by the Knicks to interview, oh, rejected. But why are you continuing to try to go after coaches that are on a team already, especially the good ones? If I'm sitting back and I have a solid team and I have a really good coach, why would I want the Knicks to interview him? Like, I don't understand what the Knicks think that they're going to, what they were trying to do. I'm not really sure what the move out of that was, but they're 0 for 5 from what I last saw in terms of going or requesting interviews. That shows, honestly, to me that you didn't know what you were going to do after you fired Tibbs, and you're like, oh, we're just going to try for anybody, which I don't agree with that. And honestly, the coaching market that's out there besides Mike Malone, who I think would fit with this, just because he's a good coach and a winning coach. But I don't know if they feel that would fit because they kind of feel it's another Tibbs, a guy that yes, he's hard nosed, He doesn't trust the bench, but you gotta be. You're in the NBA. You got to be able to take a coach coming after you. And if that's the case, if that's why they won't go after Mike Malone, then that's shame on them. There's nothing really. You got to be better than that. Just thick skin, and you're in the pros. Like you're gonna hear it. I don't know why they think that that's not the case. But also, there's other coaches out there that I really don't think that they're even close to an upgrade of Tibbs, which is ridiculous that they're even in this boat right now. I know I keep saying I said it a few weeks ago. We gotta wait and see, just because Leon Rose has made good moves, but he also doesn't communicate them. Which, then again, it's worked in personnel player wise. Now you're doing it with the coach, where fans are confused. Like, okay, you traded R.J. Barrett, Emmanuel quickly for OG Anunoby. We understood the assignment there. We are like, okay, OG, he brings terrific defense. We didn't have a good on ball defender at the time. RJ Barrett kind of hit his ceiling with the Knicks. Okay, make a move. Karl Anthony Towns, you trade Randall. Okay, we understand that. Randall kind of hit his ceiling. He was injured. It is what it is. You bring in Cat. That's an upgrade. Bridges, I felt that was the move that they had to make. So these are all moves that he didn't have to go out there and explain them because they were kind of self-explanatory. Okay, these moves, whatever, these are going to make us better. But now you're going out there requesting interviews for just random coaches, which are they're good coaches, yes, but why would they be? Why would the team that they're employed by? Why would they? Okay, we're gonna let them go get interviewed for the Knicks, and then if it goes well, the Knicks are gonna get them. Like why? And then we have to find the coach at this point. Like what? What are you doing? Like I don't understand what the end goal is. But I really do hope a plan is in place because I think us Knicks fans, if they bring in, I don't want to just clown on anybody. They bring in a Mike Brown, a guy that is coached for years and never even sniffed the championship. I think it's a 500 record, maybe a little under that. Let's not do that. But we got to hope that they have someone else in mind, which I don't know right now if that's the case. But I don't want to keep harping on it. It is what it is. They gotta figure it out somehow and go from there. But a team that is figuring it out right now, the New York Mets, man, 45-24, 9-2 in June with the two losses coming to the Dodgers, both by one run. Both games were actually 6-5 ending with the Dodgers winning. So the Mets could easily be 11-0 in June right now. They are just firing on all cylinders. They had that little lull at the end of May when they played the Yankees and the Red Sox, but after that, feels like they've turned it around. And a big part of that is Juan Soto. I know I kept saying, looks like he's turning around, looks like he's turning around, but this is definitely the moment. I feel if you look back in the end of by the end of the year, okay, June was when he really stepped it up and turned it on. Not only on the field, just feels like he's enjoying like everything about being on the Mets, which is great. He's also hitting now, of course. I think it was a 350 batting average in June, 5 home runs, 12 RBIs, and that's coming into the series against Tampa Bay, who I think he had good success against last year when he was on the Yankees. So hopefully he can keep that going for the Mets. And they keep increasing the division lead. They're up about 5.5 games right now, or 5 games, one of those. They're just playing great. Phillies have not been playing good. Mets are capitalizing on that, which is what they have to do because the Phillies aren't going to play under 500 baseball the rest of the year. They're not doing that because they're a good team and they're always ready to play. And the Mets, they're playing at a really, really good clip. Like I said, 45-24. You're already 21 games over 500. Best record in all of baseball. I know they're right there neck and neck with the Tigers. They won the season series against the Dodgers. They played pretty well against the teams that they were supposed to. Like the Nationals, they've been okay, but the Mets should have swept them. They're a better team. Rockies, same thing. They're a better team. You got to go out there and take care of who's on your schedule. And then when you play those good teams, you beat them and win series if you can. And that sets up for just a great overall sustained winning, which is what they're doing right now. And over a year span, I believe since last June, they are like 106 and 60. So that was really the turning point. And it feels like those guys, like Terens is a guy that's under the radar move. They brought him in. He's been one of those guys that's been a part of the change, and it feels like it keeps carrying over. Jeff McNeil, who fans wanted out of here, which I still feel after the year, this was probably it for him, just because of the amount of prospects they have ready to go that are very talented and athletic that they don't want to just leave in the minors, which you can't do. But McNeil's making the most of his opportunities, playing center field, something he's never done really that much before, because he's willing to win. And it feels like his mood has changed. I don't know, since he came back from that injury that caused him to miss beginning of the year. Kind of felt like something has been different with him. Maybe he's given a little bit of a pep talk, got to get the attitude going in the right direction. Whatever it is changed, and It's great to see a number of guys just playing good. But the 4 or 5 right now, McNeil's kind of bouncing around the lineup, but the top four at least, Lindor, Nimmo has definitely settled into that two hole, which I felt all along. Yes, Lindor going to leadoff spot was great for the team. Kind of hurt Nimmo a little bit. Never looked like he settled into that 4 or 5 spot at all. Now I'm happy he's number two. Soto looks more comfortable three. Alonso four. Mendoza, I talked about this with Biggie in episode 46. Mendoza is not worried or concerned about what it like. He, of course, he worries about his players and how they are feeling, but he's not worried about, oh, if I move this guy down, am I going to hurt this guy? What am I going to do with this guy? He doesn't care if they win games. He does not. It doesn't matter to him. And Soto third, Alonso four has worked, and then fifth, McNeil batted fifth. He bats fifth against righties, against lefties, bats a little lower, but he's been raking, of course. Bottom of the lineup got to pick it up a little bit, but I mean they're winning games, so there's nothing much to complain about. And then when Vientos comes back, you slide him into the five spot or six, honestly, if you like the lefty in between Alonso and Vientos. Vientos in your six spot, I'm sure he's going to hit. Mauricio was up now as well, another guy in the mix who has shown that he has pop in that bat, can play multiple positions. He played a little short when Lindor was hurt, has played third, can play second, so that's great to see. 27-7 at home. I know Steve Cohen last year about this time he challenged the fans in terms of coming out to the games, and that they have. The fans have responded. I know I've been to a few over the past year. I haven't gotten to one yet this year. I really want to do that soon. But last year hit out Citi Field a little bit, and the home crowd has definitely benefited them. Obviously, this year they're 27-7 at home. That is just spectacular. They haven't been that great on the road, but it doesn't matter when you're doing that at home. Like you're doing that great at home. Over and this is now you're in middle of June. It's almost 3 months into the year playing home games and just of course a total schedule. And they have a chance of getting 30 wins before 10 losses at home is great. And I feel like that's something that they got to keep going. But before I wrap it up here, I just want to make sure I hit on everything Mets, Knicks, and Rangers. We'll probably have another Mets episode next week. It just depends. If there's nothing really huge going on, there's no reason to. But if there is, we'll check in. All-star players. I know they're not announced now, but the voting is out. So hopefully us Mets fans can go out there and get the boys some support because they have a potential of being a lot of all-stars from this team. And then also just go out there for us, JD Empire Sports Talk and TJ Productions as well. The collab has been really, really good. Just go out there on our YouTube channels, our Instagrams, our TikToks. Just go out there and like, follow, whatever, share it. I know we're getting a lot of views on Instagram. TikTok, we kind of want to get up a little more. The live stream the other night went absolutely great. I love the comment section. People just reminding us of things. Maybe wants us to talk about other things that we didn't have specifically in the notes. A lot of good things going on. The views have went up from the second one, from the first one to the second one, which we got to keep going over time. But we're doing good work, and I'm really happy to see the development since December to now, which is about 6 months in. We keep doing well, but that being said, yeah, that's it for episode 47. Episode 48, Monday night, live again. Once again, live. Just go.